All right, everybody, welcome. It is Nintendo Direct Day. Heck yeah, hold on. See how awake everyone is. Are you awake yet? It is Nintendo Direct Day. Oh my gosh, it's really exciting stuff. In an hour, a little under an hour here, we'll be watching the Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. Man, did you happen to see the leak this morning?
No.
Oh boy.
No.
Comes from Blvd. It's not much, guys. It's just things that he says are going to be in the Direct. Borderlands 4, no surprise, right? Like SpongeBob SquarePants, Titans of the Tide. That was the name of that SpongeBob game. I couldn't remember. And Plants vs. Zombies Replanted. I don't think any of us had that on our bingo card.
I didn't, but yeah, there's games that I would say with like 95% certainty that I think are going to be there. That's one of them based on everything I've heard in the last 2 weeks. But Plants vs. Zombies keeps getting brought up about the Replanted being there.
And then I don't know what the hell this is. I mean, I know what it is, but I don't know what it is. Octopath Zero. Now, for those that don't know, Blvd's like really accurate with stuff. He even put a question mark by because he doesn't know what the fuck this game is. Because who knows what Octopath Zero is? Because it's not a game that exists. I'm hoping, my only hope is that it is not a port of the mobile prequel game. Because that's not that exciting then.
So wait, there was a mobile prequel to Octopath Traveler?
Yes, there was for phones. Yeah.
Okay, this tells everyone how little I pay attention to
anything mobile.
Cell phone video games. Yeah, dude. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so there was a mobile prequel game. I really, look, the bottom line is an Octopath game showing up at all is exciting. I just really, really hope it's not remote. Because when you hear Octopath Zero, you sort of think, oh no, it's just a prequel. And if it's the prequel from the phone, then the phone one's fine. It's just we could literally play it right now, so it's not like a new announcement, really. It's just a mobile port, and like we're talking about Switch 2, man. I don't need no mobile ports right now. Let's get something fresh, because all of those games that he talked about are all games that already exist. Besides, except the SpongeBob game isn't out yet, but we'll see. That's only a 4-pack of games. There's gonna be more than 4 games in here, and none of these games, I think, besides maybe Octopath, would get like any significant time. So we have some super chats I want to get up here quick. First, Mega Drive earlier, before the stream even began, just getting the hype going. First Nintendo Direct since April 2nd. That's right. I wonder how well my background music would work with Stash on here. Let's see. You guys let me know if this music's working or not. I don't know if it's working for Stash too. I probably should check with him. Can you hear the background music?
I feel like I'm doing an ear test right now in school.
Yeah, I know. It's like, can I hear? Because it's going to be really quiet. I don't want to crank it up.
I hear it coming out of either side.
Do I hear it at all?
I don't hear anything.
The audience is saying they can't hear the music either. Okay, that's all I need to know. Audience, we know because Stash could hear the stuff off of YouTube. I could just play something off YouTube.
Do you have a maybe a handheld radio nearby? You want to turn the radio on?
Turn the radio. We're gonna get copyright claims anyways, right? Just go all in on it.
Right.
They have their own little. I know you can hear that.
I see the.
Here we go. Here's one. I thought about this at one point. I uploaded a background music. You can hear that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. See, I used StreamYard at one point. I needed background music. Here we go. Here we go.
I heard that Zelda jam.
Oh, we got something for you guys all the way till direct time. All right, cool. There we go. I knew I'd figure this out. All right. I'm like, I swear at one point when I used StreamYard, I had background music. What did I do with it? There it is. This is Zelda and Chill by Game Chomps, guys. All right. And then Mega Drive just came in with these random ones. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they were messing up because that looks like they wanted to type something but didn't. And then we have the one. So thank you so much for all that support. I do appreciate it. Free Metroid hat. Just shout out the Wave Race shirt. I would be sick if that was announced today. They hired a third party for that.
Oh God.
Get Bandai Namco. They like to make visuals. That water with a great.
I was gonna say, who makes the games with the best water?
It's the best water graphics. And then Jamie Camp comes in here saying, hoping for great things. Have a great day, guys. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, Jamie.
All right, so let me clear these ones out because we did these. All right. So, oh man, has any of your thoughts changed since yesterday, Stash, on what's going to be in this direct?
You know, not really. These picks, a lot of these picks are long-term picks, right? In that they've been discussed before. I'm sticking with them, sticking with my guns. There's games on my bingo card, for example, that, maybe they get announced by the developer, like a Red Dead Redemption 2. Sure. Maybe Rockstar will want to do that themselves because they usually don't like being in these big shows. I get that. But you never know, right? Because the fact that they don't like being in these big shows would make that much more of an impact if they are part of a big show. Shout out to the original Big Show as well.
Yeah.
The Big Show.
The Big Show.
What about you?
Yeah, not a whole lot has changed. I just gotta say, like, I'm very hyped for this direct. I yesterday went all in with all the AAA stuff. This is what I believe is happening. Like, just based on what we know. Obviously I'm not saying we can't get some Switch 1 announcements. That's why I put one in there. Because they're not saying the Nintendo Switch 2 direct, and I don't think they're going to do that moving forward anymore. It's just going to be a Nintendo direct, and then mostly Switch 2 news with maybe a couple sprinkled in for Switch. Besides Indie Worlds, I suspect to be primarily Switch, at least for this year. Next year that might change. Next year we might get a lot more Switch 2 Indie Worlds, but yeah, I'm dude. I think this is going to be, and maybe I'm overhyping, and this happens because expectations are high. I think this has a chance to be the greatest third-party partner showcase ever. And that's going to need a mix. Not just old games that we want to come over that have already come out, but also new games that aren't out yet. We need a healthy mix today. Because if it's all just games that are already out, yeah, that's exciting. But we had that song and dance on Switch. Getting games that already released coming out. We need to see some games that are, even if they're already announced but haven't come out yet, we need to see that. Or, who's to say a brand new third-party game can't debut today?
I agree. I don't think it's going to just be ports. There will be obviously a lot of ports, and I'm excited for those because some of these games are going to bode very well to be able to play in handheld, right? Yeah. And again, that's the enduring draw of the Switch model, right?
Yeah.
Is that there's these huge adventures that we don't always have time to sit in front of the TV and play all day. But if you can take it on the go, it's a completely different story now. I might actually be able to get in some more game time. That's the beauty. That's really the beauty of the Switch and the enduring appeal. And I look at some of the games, right, that are on my bingo card and we discussed last night. You look at games like where you can really get lost, like a Red Dead,
mm-hmm.
and Oblivion, The Witcher, right? Starfield. These games that just Fallout 4 even. So many games. It would just be a lot of fun to be playing in handheld.
Yeah, I've seen this comment many times. Everyone just face palming. Oh, we're gonna get a bunch of farming sims. Like, the Switch 2 is out, guys. I don't think you're gonna see a bunch of farming sims. Farming sims primarily came from indie studios that don't have dev kits. They literally don't have dev kits. That's one reason why you could look at this as one of the most exciting third-party directs. Is like, if you think Nintendo's focusing on Switch 2, if you look at the sales charts, Switch 2 is what's selling at Switch. It's Switch 2. Yeah, you're probably not going to see a bunch of farming sims because they literally don't have the dev kits yet. So
we are going to get one.
There's going to be one for sure. It's going
to
be
know
one
which
of the
one?
ones. I have no idea. It's going to be one of the bigger ones.
Yeah, it's Farming Simulator Signature Edition.
There you go. There you go. Literal farming sim.
Yeah, I know. There's an article here from May 28th, farmingsimulator.com. And look, hey, here's the thing that I mentioned on my review for the Switch 2 Welcome Tour.
Mm-hmm.
I specifically said that after playing one of the demos in the game where you're using the Joy-Cons in mouse mode, so you have it flat and you're literally sawing, right?
Yep.
And you know the way it feels with the HD Rumble 2 is so realistic, and I'm like, oh dude, farming games are going to be all over this. I mean, imagine sawing a tree in Animal Crossing. You know what I'm saying? Like a farming simulator, power wash simulator. There's certain games that are really going to benefit from this, and it almost made me excited for the first time in my life for a farming simulator game because of that. So, hey, if we get one, I'm open-minded to it. Let's say.
Cool. All right. Chat on both the streams if you guys want to get a few questions in before we get to the big direct. All you gotta do is at Nintendo Primer, at Thunderstash, and we'll get some of them up. We won't be able to get to everything. First off, some stuff here I see just Dylan Vanny bringing up a few things about the online Protect Children's Act or whatever. Obviously we don't talk about politics. It's just like a general policy. We kind of stay away from that on my channel. I'll just note personally, for YouTube purposes, I don't worry about it. It is what it is. Not like there's a whole lot I can do to stop it. You know, I know people act like you can stop it, but you really can't because it's a governmental thing and we don't get a vote on that. So if it does go through, which it sounds like it is going through, and YouTube is going to be implementing a change in August, it was not really going to affect my channel because 98.5% of my audience is like 25 or older. So unless YouTube's messing up their verifications, I'm not really worried about it for my channel. There will be other channels that could be impacted, of course. But this is the way the world is. Things happen that we can't control. So life. I'll be with the super chat here from Venny saying the Showstopper is clearly the sequel to Mr. P's favorite game. God damn it. Henry the Hamster Handler 2. I swear, this time it's personal. If that's in here, that would be so mad. Also, Anthony Nelson gifted 5 members over on Thunderstash's channel.
Thank you, brother. Much appreciation, and hope your health is doing well.
Yeah. And then Palapixel says, I need a big shadow drop. Have fun, everyone. There'll probably be something shadow drop. Some sort of shadow. It almost is every direct. Let's see if we got some of the ads going on here. Let me update my stuff here. Okay. This one here. From Tyler Grace says, do you think there will be any surprises in today's direct? I mean, there always is. Even with the BuildCon stuff coming up. Okay, yeah, so maybe Octopath Zero isn't a surprise. Well, then it is because we don't really know what it is, other than being an Octopath game. But yeah, there'll be stuff. There'll be stuff. It can't just be ports. And if there is, and if it is, well, I mean, you could just port a game that hasn't come out yet in GTA 6. That'll surprise people. Game's not out yet. That would surprise people. Yeah, Venatus, I know it would technically be a new game. Stop with the Henry the Hamster Handler. By the way, Stash, I suggest you never play that game.
You know, it's something I've thought about when it's been brought up.
Oh my god!
You know, like, so what is this game? And Yeah, I did have a hamster growing up as a kid.
Well,
His name was Blondie, and we used to like play catch with it. We'd put it in the ball, like in the hamster ball, and like my brothers and I, yeah, like play football with it. I know. Peter's probably like, dude.
Oh yeah, what are you doing?
We need to go visit this guy.
It
was in the late 80s.
From over on the Sasha channel, it says, I know if Halo is shown, I'm going to go nuts. Also, I have a lot I am looking forward to. There you go. Yeah, Halo. That's what a lot of people expect at some point from Microsoft. We'll see if today's the day. That would be exciting.
Halo would be very exciting just because everything that it would stand for, right? The big, massive console seller, the flagship Microsoft IP landing on Nintendo Switch. Yeah, it would send shockwaves.
On here there was right here, Jimzo said, did you hear recently someone who bought a DK Bonanza cartridge expected it to be yellow like a banana? Okay, I guess because the prior ones were, but it wasn't, so they spray painted yellow and messed up. I did not hear about that. I can imagine spray painting the cartridge was a mistake.
Oh yeah, I watched the video.
It's a huge mistake.
Yeah, I saw it on Twitter. It was shared on Twitter. It was originated from TikTok.
Oh, of course.
So yeah, of course, right? Where else would it originate from? And bro, oh my god, I was like, please tell me.
Hold on, I gotta find
for engagement, because if you really thought that this was gonna work out okay.
Oh my god, we have to see this. Oh my god, here it is. Here it is. Hold on. We gotta share this.
Yeah, this is worth sharing.
This is wild. All right. Let's have the copy just so everyone can see. Here we go. Turn the audio on too. I don't know what the hell is going on.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Painting your copies of Donkey Kong Bonanza yellow in order to match the aesthetic of Donkey Kong 64. Now you might be asking yourself, who's doing this? It's me. Let me walk you through it. When I got home and opened the new Donkey Kong game, I was very displeased with the color of the cartridge. If you look at Donkey Kong Land or Donkey Kong 64, you'll see that both have these vibrant yellow cartridges.
Yeah,
and
I get it.
I just am unable to play Bonanza knowing that I'm putting a red cartridge in my Switch. So my pre-order bonus with the game was a can of yellow spray paint.
It's gotta be red when it goes in my Switch.
The scariest part by far, trying to pry open the cartridge, it just wouldn't budge. I used a knife.
That looks dangerous. I wouldn't put the knife.
I love how he's pointing the knife
rip it open
with force towards his finger.
And look how tiny the actual game card
is. That's nothing new.
Smaller than the plastic shelling.
We know that.
Next, I took some painter's tape so I could cover up the label.
But does TikTok know that?
Knife to kind of give it that precise look. Trying to make it professional,
That is not.
The fun part, I guess.
That's not a clean cut, buddy.
Paper and something I didn't realize is using a spray can on a very light cartridge. It's going to blow it everywhere.
Oh my god! You didn't take
Shake the bottle, man. And get the paint on.
I know.
And then I
this guy's never spray painted before.
Reveal, prying off
spray paint, you gotta rough up the surface.
Oh my gosh! That we have a yellow cartridge, folks.
Oh my god! It's so ugly.
I can already hear the comments now. Gardner, you're damaging a $70 game. Gardner, you're just going to get chips of paint inside of your Nintendo Switch too.
Yeah, you are.
Well, maybe it's worth it to me. Maybe the color yellow is worth it to me.
Yeah.
Now that we've done some cosmetic changes to this game cartridge, go ahead and insert it into the Switch 2.
Here's the best part.
Does it all just peel off when he puts it in?
Uh-oh.
Or won't fit?
Stuck.
You don't
actually go in.
You dumbass.
Update. It doesn't fit in the console anymore, so I guess I'm not playing it today.
I'm hoping that's just a troll. I'm hoping that's like. No,
I hope it is, but you never know.
He did spray paint it, but I'm like, he did it for a bit. That's what I hope. Because like, one, you are adding an extra layer on there, so once it dries, it is going to be thicker. So you'd have to force it in, and it only just fits. So you probably would scrape off the paint. But this is why, like, and anyone who does spray paint projects with plastic knows, you got to rough up the surface. You got to rough it up. So he should have took some sandpaper and grinded it down a little bit. He could have created enough room to put that spray paint on and have it stay. But you don't just spray paint, you also got to clear coat. Otherwise, it is absolutely going to chip off no matter what. So this guy, and what he should have really did, he could have, he could have hit it with some poly for sure. What he could have did too is he could have used some stuff and actually used a little bit of heat and removed the actual sticker to get a cleaner application of the paint as well. So, like, there's a lot of methods here that he could have did that he didn't do. He did the bare bones of, I'm just going to make sure the cartridge doesn't get paint on it, and then I'm going to spray it. It's going to be too thick to put in your fucking system. And he didn't even shake the spray can.
There's a lot of things he could have done better, right? I mean, I don't want to play Monday morning quarterback, but yeah.
Oh my god.
There's some areas he could have improved with that.
That's
for sure.
But the fact that he's like, well, if I get paint chips in, what if I want paint chips in? I'm like, okay, this has to be a troll. There's no serious person that thinks this is a great idea, especially the way you did it. When you can do it, there's significantly better ways to do it than what he did.
Yeah, I give him a nod for the yellow cartridge love. I mean, hey, look, I love it too. I do.
Exactly.
I do. But I wasn't expecting it, right? Just like, I don't expect to open up Zelda and have a gold cartridge anymore. You know?
Yeah.
Those things, we don't get them anymore.
If it happens, it happens. It'll be a happy surprise. Carker says, cannot wait to hear the Switch 2 direct new intro. Yeah, there probably will be a new intro for the partner showcase.
Yeah, there probably will be. That's a good call, Ken.
Yeah, because they did a new intro for the Switch 2 for the direct. That was the new direct intro. So I think we're at the first partner showcase of the gen. Yeah, they could have a new intro, or maybe they're going to reuse the Switch 2 one, which is also a really nice one. Because that feels that's going to be like the new general direct intro, I think. So we'll see. Nintendo gets creative with that stuff. I actually kind of like that. I mean, obviously it's not a for sure thing. We'll find out. Nintendo does like to refresh those intros. Let's see here if there was any other ats in the chat. Oh yeah, and anything but everything was adding to you. It was saying, I don't know why he took it apart. He could have taped it all off and just painted. That's the thing too. He could have done that. But it is less risky if you don't want to damage the actual game to take it apart. And the way that it gets you have to glue it back together because it's all glue that it's held together. It was just bad. There's so many like. I'm not even like a professional with like repainting things, but I have painted things in the past. Like, there's just so many things he did wrong.
Me too.
Thing.
Like, look, man, I'm not Bob Ross over here, but there's a lot of things you could have done better.
This is not it, man. It's just not it. Someone wants you to play some poll/pet. For what? Oh, for a new intro. Sure, I can put up a poll, I suppose. Do you think there will be
Man, I'm over here trying to get Ninja Gaiden.
Oh yeah.
Download it. Yep, still not available.
Still not available.
Oh man, I was hoping it would have been available last night at 9. So just have to periodically check the eShop to see when that's dropping. I guess that's what happens, you know. It's a $24.99 game, yet it's a massive IP still in my eyes. Always will be. Ninja Gaiden. Been playing it since the 80s, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it don't get that early 9 p.m. release, the midnight release.
Yeah. Let's see here. I didn't watch the end of the video. It gets stuck and you can't get it out.
Yeah.
I'm at the end of the video. There's nothing else in this video. There might be a part 2.
Yeah, there might be.
But in this video, it just ends with DK's face zoomed in. Okay. That being said, I went to I literally just played it privately on my own, guys. To the end of that video, that particular version of it does not have the cartridge in the system ever. Anyways, one thing I will say, guys, that there's 2 conversations I don't really feel like having today. And I know people are going to bring it up because it's going to get shown over. I don't really care to talk about key cards today.
No.
We all know. We all know it's probably all going to be like every single physical version is probably going to be a key card. If maybe we'll point out when one isn't, just so you're aware of it, because there will be so many key card games that if one isn't a key card game, we'll be like, hey, not a key card game, that's good. But besides pointing out the ones that aren't, I don't really think it's worth having that conversation today. It's old news. We already know. Oh, that's incorrect. What is this? Whoa. Music, stop for a second.
Wow.
I was not ready for this. What is Nintendo doing? I'm pretty sure we're going to have a new intro. Sure is. What is this? Yeah, no countdown to the start. They've never done this before. They have an animation counting down in.
This animation reminds me of the Mario 128 tech demo.
There
for some
you go.
reason.
Yeah, I get the vibe a little bit. All right, guys. So there you go. We're obviously not going to keep that on screen for the next half hour. But dang. I mean, there you go. We're definitely probably going to get some sort of new intro. I think that kind of answers that question. Holy crud. That's cool. All right. And I have that queued up and ready to go. I can just hit pop. I can just pop that in when we're ready. So that's good. Okay, I'll get the background music back going. So guys, yeah, game key cards, not something I'm interested in talking about because old news, we already know. What's the point to keep complaining about the same shit every single day?
Yep.
It's gonna happen. Move on. The other one is going to be anyone bitching about AAA games being $70. Look, Nintendo games are $70. What are we even? It's not even worth having the conversation. And these games have been $70 for 5+ years. So, does it suck, when we get like a port of like Red Dead Redemption 2 or something, and they charge $70 when now it's like $20 on other platforms? Sure, yeah, that sucks. But it's old news.
But it's nothing new.
Happened like the whole Switch generation, full price games when they're only $20 everywhere else. So it's just these are just they're old conversations that just aren't really worth rehashing. So.
100%.
So yeah, so if people even super chat that stuff, then I might show the super chat but not really read it off because it's just not worth. It's not worth having those conversations. It's just old, That's not saying that you can't be against it. It's just clearly it's been years. It's not going to change. So yeah, we know the direct is up. They got a little countdown thing going on. We got it. See, it's right here. We have it. It's ready to go. It's kind of cool. It's unique animation they're doing, but. Yeah, it's not the actual direct. It's just they made a really cool, 27-minute countdown thing, which is neat for them. All right. The music makes the audio quality of your voices pretty bad. Well, I can turn off the music. It's fine. I don't know. It shouldn't even be using the same stuff because it's on their background, but whatever. Let's see here. Were there any other ads to get to? Here we go. We have one here. Let me open the chat back up here from. Why isn't this there? When was it? It wasn't that far. Oh, okay. That's why I gotta scroll up. I keep forgetting our chats are combined on the back end, so I gotta scroll a little more. We have King Zay coming in saying, I still don't understand why this is just a partner showcase. I feel like this is a missed opportunity to really blow the fan base away after there was so much backlash early on. One, I don't think Nintendo cares Nintendo Japan cares about the online backlash.
No, I don't think they do either. I think they look at it as, if I'm being honest, being perfectly honest,
Mm-hmm.
typical Americans
I do.
complaining about everything online. But honestly, I think that's probably. Now look, hey, is that how it's always viewed? No, I think the Mario Kart community just got a W, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's some things that people just don't understand. You can't expect them to understand economics and finance and go online and talk maturely about it.
Yeah. Yeah, and like a lot of this backlash, and you know, no, you could say that maybe Stash is being a little biased, but here's the reality: they're a Japanese company, and none of this backlash is happening in Japan. So
Exactly.
I don't think they care. They look at sales numbers. They're data driven. Their CEO is data driven. He used to be an accountant, and if the data is looking great, they ain't worried about it. That's a harsh thing to say, and most businesses are this way, by the way. Like there can be all this backlash, but if the sales are great, what do they care? Why do they care? The backlash isn't stopping anything. So that because they gotta, and I talk about this too with my channel sometimes, right? Because I get a lot of people that say mean things, and it's like, cool, you can say all the mean things you want. The channel's still growing. The like to dislike ratio is really good. I have all these other statistics that are saying, hey, you are a minority. It is what it is. Like your opinion and what you're saying is a minority compared to the people watching the content. So, you know, do I really have to listen that much to you? Probably not. Unless I feel like it's something that would actually improve the content. Probably not, right? And that's the way Nintendo has to look at it too. They're a business. My YouTube channel is a business. We have all these other metrics to consider. People yelling online is probably the least important metric. Again, doesn't mean they don't listen. If they think that if they agree with you that it would be a positive change, yeah, Indiana Jones, baby. If they agree with you, it'll be a positive change. Like putting in more 3-track options for the thing, sure. Yeah, they agreed. Yeah. They agreed with that feedback that it wasn't coming up often enough. So they put a fix in for it. We'll see if that makes people happy enough. But yeah, I think that this was obviously a smart decision by Nintendo to not really pay attention to any of this. So when you talk about you don't understand why it's a partner showcase. What's one of the things that we said all last 2 months? Where's the third-party games? Why are we not getting new think about it. All their competitors had all these new games announced. What Nintendo switched to? That's why we're getting a partner showcase. Nintendo was telling them you can't show your stuff until our direct. So, yeah, it'll be a missed opportunity if they don't have a direct in June or in September. That's a general. Yes. Then I'll be like, okay, yeah, you're kind of letting momentum go a little bit. But right now, and who knows? We're all saying this. There could be partner games that are working with Nintendo IP. Like we're saying this, and like one of my predictions today was a partner game making Star Fox. So it's possible that like, hey, they actually have some exclusive game announcements for their platform in this partner direct. And maybe they have enough of them that they're like, hey, we don't need to do a general about our first party stuff right now. Because we are going to have new exclusive games announced today. So got to remember, like this could be a really chunky, as Christopher Drink said, at third party direct. And there could be just a lot that's going to be in here that we're going to walk away from this maybe even more excited than we would have been from a general direct, which might have just been these announcements plus release dates for the games and not a whole lot of new trailers or anything. We had a super chat come in, I believe, from Joey Pitts. Am I crazy for hoping for NCAA football in 2025? Yeah, I don't think that's happening. Not this year. Next year, maybe.
Yeah, I think EA's their main priority, right, was getting Madden out.
Yeah.
I do expect NCAA to come at some point. It's probably next year.
Yeah, it's probably next year. This year will be Madden. and assuming it sells okay, they'll bring it next year, and then they'll do NCAA next year. That's my gut feeling. And then Mega Drive says the first Nintendo Direct change from the second is about to begin. Yeah, I know you retracted your message. I know what you were trying to say. You're just saying the first Direct we've had since April 2nd is about to begin. Yeah, we know. 19 minutes away. We got it. I literally could see it playing. I think Stash can too in a little mini window at the bottom of our thing.
Yeah, I can see it.
We know it's going. We know it's running. We're ready to go as soon as we go here. I'm so excited. Another super chat came in from Mega Drive. There we go. He's there. That's what he meant to say. The first Nintendo Direct is April 2nd. Yeah. See, I knew that's what you were trying to say. Got it. But thank you so much for the extra €5 for that. I do appreciate it. I'm pretty sure I understood what he was trying to put out there. Okay. Let's get to let's see if we got some more in the chat here. Whoops. That's the wrong total. There we go. I think I saw some Thunder Stash ads as well. Let me see. Here's one to both of us. King Zay saying, I think you guys are actually spot on with your take, and I agree with them possibly having another Direct in a couple months for their games to still ride the wave. Well, the funny thing is, this is happening at the very last day of July. Tomorrow's August. Later today, it's August in Japan. So it really only feels like a month away if it's in September, because September is a month from now. But it could be the middle of September, so you could be looking at 6 weeks. But either way, yeah. I mean, like, Nintendo almost always has something to show in September. It's also the 40th anniversary of Mario. There's no way they're going to go without mentioning that, especially with the Mario movie. I fully suspect we're getting the Mario movie trailer in that Direct, because we haven't had it yet, and that thing comes out in April. So it's wild that we haven't had a trailer yet. Well, this could be why, because we're saving it for September. So yeah, I think September is going to be a really big Direct. All of them doing a partner showcase told me is that it's not just a Mario Direct in September. It's going to be a general.
Yep.
Now, if they announce just a Mario Direct in September, I'm going to be like, well, shit.
I mean, if they do, we're going to have a lot. It's going to be a lot of Mario stuff.
I'm sure. Yeah. It's not going to be a banger Direct. I'm just, really? We're really just not going to do a general Direct after Switch 2 comes out. Okay, cool. Hope for it next year, I guess. And this is Nintendo, and they're doing everything different. So,
yeah, I mean, not counting the Switch 2 reveal Direct, right? This is massive to have a partner Direct. You only have one if you have a ton of games to announce. And it's been largely radio silent. And we've all said this for months. We knew why. Nintendo's waiting to announce all of these in a Direct. And that's literally what's happening. We're spot on about it, which is great. I'm excited. There's a lot of third-party games that I'm hyped for. I don't just play Nintendo for Nintendo games. I truly don't. You get so much more enjoyment when you, have a larger gaming palette and you play everything.
Yeah. Karka in the super chat saying that they want Metaphor Refantasio, Baldur's Gate 3, Hades 2, which we already know is coming, and a Silk Song release date. Hell yeah. Still confident about 3 out of 4 of those. Pipe Dream, Expedition 33. Yeah, the only reason I think it's a pipe dream is it'll be like next year that it comes. Like, I think we're gonna get it. They've talked about it in interviews that they know there's demand for it, but apparently they've been contacted about a bunch of opportunities, probably a movie as well. So like they're trying to make all these decisions as a smaller company, and I do think they want it on Switch too. But I also think it makes sense for some of the like a company like them to wait until next year when the install base is also a little bigger, so they can get a little bigger of a pop when it drops. But obviously, like, it launching this year would be incredible, because this is the year that's probably going to win Game of the Year, right? So coming out that same year could do wonders for them heading into holiday for people picking up Switch 2s. But we'll see. I mean, look, the bottom line is if they got a dev kit, if Nintendo did send them one, and they threw the game at it and it just ran, maybe it is going to be like a super quick port and it's going to be here. can't rule it out.
No.
Mega Corporation is going to watch on Nintendo Today. You're gonna watch the Direct on the Nintendo Today app. All right, I look, if you're not gonna watch ours, I would say just watch it on YouTube for the best experience. I tried to watch it on the Nintendo Today app, just on my phone, for the last event, and I regretted it. Should I just had it on YouTube? Granted, it didn't matter. I was live streaming, so I was watching it on a different screen, anyways. But the Nintendo Today app's basically just streaming off YouTube, except now you're putting an extra layer between you and YouTube. So it was like, yeah. But hey, you do you. You do you. Anyways, and obviously we're gonna have it right here, guys. Tall Show says he got his bingo card on standby. I posted in the Nintendo section on the OG Discord server. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, I try not to read the OG Discord server that much anymore. We have a members only Discord server. Maybe I should turn that into a members only server for everything. Make it like the podcast server too or something, because we don't have a podcast Discord server.
Hey, we should get one. Huh.
Yeah. I kept thinking, I guess I could turn the members on, but then people got to pay to get in, and we probably don't want everyone to pay to get into a Discord server for the podcast. We'll see. It's something to think about. It's something to think about, a podcast only Discord server. Maybe we'll poll the audience tonight if they would like something like that. Let's see here. Wilberforce says I'm being mesmerized by this 3D Tetris. Nintendo's 3D Tetris, yeah, basically. Heathy says I'm glad there's a Direct, but I'm just really angry that Nate the Hate lied so much about what was going to be shown via his leak. What did he lie about? I'm confused. The only thing he said about the Direct is it's going to be this month. He didn't know the format, if it was going to be a general or a partner, but he knew it would be third-party heavy. And that was it. So what a leak are you talking about? What did he lie about? The only if you're thinking about someone who got something wrong, it's beat 'em ups. He said there'd be a July Direct, and then he gave a list of games that included Metro Prime 4 and Animal Crossing. That was beat 'em ups. Don't confuse beat 'em ups with Nate the Hate if that's what you're doing. Nate the Hate didn't leak any games for this. He gave 0 game leaks for this. I think you might be conflating two different places there. And I'm curious what Beat 'em Ups is going to say on his next podcast about the game portion of his July source. Like if it was the same source, if it wasn't, I mean, he didn't really clarify that at the time. I was hoping that he was going to clarify it was a different source. So then, for credibility reasons, but Eric's in the chat. Mr. Stockman.
I don't think there's malicious intent.
Yeah.
When something comes back and it's not right, as far as beat 'em ups and what he had said. Correct me if I'm wrong, but did he say that was 100% accurate, or did he give a disclaimer? I'm pretty sure he gave a disclaimer that.
Yeah, he had a disclaimer that I can't remember what the exact words are, but it was basically that, this isn't 100%, it's a rumor.
Yeah, I was pretty sure that happened.
Yeah.
And so do people need to be reminded of that kind of stuff or what?
Well, I think if there's anything to learn from the situation for beat 'em ups, and again, he's never had like sources and leaked anything before, it's that you can't, or you shouldn't, I guess you can, but you shouldn't put things out there unless you know it to be true. Like if I have a source that tells me a bunch of stuff about the Direct, the games that are going to be in it, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to let the Direct happen and see if those games are in there. Yeah. And then I'm going to make them do it to me again. They do it to me a second time. Another Nintendo event happens. You tell me games that are in it. All those games are there. Okay. Now maybe that third time, it's happened 3 times in a row. Now I'll maybe share. Yeah, build that trust up, because my reputation gets on the line, not the source. No one knows who the source is. No, we're never going to give our sources up. We're not going to trash them, even if they're wrong.
Yeah.
So it's like,
these things
You got to
happen.
build up that repertoire.
These things happen. Situations are fluid. You know, I think the biggest thing is I hope he doesn't beat himself up about it.
Yeah, I don't think he will, but we'll see. That's because the chat they're probably roasting him right now for the direct stream.
Yeah,
so
but you can't
he's
beat yourself up about it.
He's a massive YouTuber. But yeah, he did say sorry that he did conflate the two, and that Nate the Hate, Nate they nailed it. There's nothing he did wrong this time. No reason to be throwing shade. No reason
to hate Nate. Yeah.
He already hates himself, right? Nate the Hate. Carcon 0. Oh God, there we go. And then Rick Staines comes in with the $10, says, I'm hoping the new Digimon gets a Switch 2 release. Digimon Story Time Stranger. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm not that into Digimon, but sure.
Yeah, neither am I, but crazy Digimon. Digimon's been around forever.
Yeah. Andrew Fresh says, let's not forget last year Nintendo released 2 directs in August and none in September. Maybe August is the new September. Well, I mean, that would mean there's going to be a direct next month, which I swear if we have this and then immediately, like next week, we start to have August direct rumors, I'm going to be like, come on, man. Don't do this to me as a content creator. Stop telling me there's more coming. I'm already my mind is already shut off on directs until September. And so if we start, and especially if it's like Nate the Hate comes out next week and he's like, yeah, there's going to be another direct this month. I'm like, oh shit. God damn it. I mean, good. That's good. That's fun. Also, here we go again. What week is it going to be? What day is it going to be?
Yeah.
Get our predictions in again, which are going to be rehashing probably our predictions for this last one that had a lot of first party in it. So it's like, here we go. Could I have a month? Nintendo, could I get a small break? I can understand though, because they don't have any major title coming out in August. So you could understand why maybe they do it then, just because there is no major title. There's Dragon Drive, which I know they're going to get some attention to, but and then I think Kirby's DLC.
Yep.
But neither one of those are showstoppers. You could see where maybe they would put a direct in that kind of month, but that'd be wild, man. You can't put anything past Nintendo though. They've been very weird since August of last year. Their direct schedule, everything's been weird.
Well, they're built different.
For
real though. Yeah, for real. Like you said it. I've agreed with you. And that's the thing, man, is that anything's on the table now. There's a new regime.
Rax 32 did 854. First off, that was for this. I take, but we're going drinking. Not drinking the beer, guys. It's way too early today to have a beer. That being said, Chrono Trigger. Hell yeah.
I mean,
come on. Who's going to say no to that in any form, in any way?
I'd pre-order right now. Obviously, it is still for what 5 more months, 30th anniversary.
Yeah, hold out that hope. JB Robinson comes in and says, hey guys, wanted to say hi from the UK, so that's £5, and enjoy the direct. Oh, I'm sure we will. Around here, we like third-party games. The indie worlds don't always get quite as hyped for me, but Stash loves them. And there's always certain indie games I'm really into. And there have been some indie worlds that have actually, they had me going at the end. Damn, that was good.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not today. Today is probably lots of AAA, for better or worse. Some people hate AAA games these days. I've seen all the comments in the chat, people being like, Ubisoft and EA, I write these companies off. Hey, you do what you want. All the people are going to be excited for some of this stuff. So, really, Venny, you're going to make me hit mustache on? Bringing up Samus Hunter, the fake insider. Asking what Samus Hunter has to say about an August direct.
Here she comes to wreck the day.
Whatever happened to Samus Hunter?
They just stopped posting after getting a whole bunch wrong again. They got this credibility for getting a couple things right, and then it just a crap load wrong, and then they stopped posting. This is what they did last time too, by the way. Samus Hunter will come back around again like next year and post a couple things, which is just again repeating rumors from other reputable people that haven't got out to the community yet, and then they'll be right. Oh my god, I gotta pay attention to Samus Hunter again, and then they'll run out of information. They'll start making up stuff again. It's all gonna be wrong, and then we're just gonna rinse and repeat. It's very obvious the pattern. Like it should, even when she comes back, like, oh, but those might be legit. I'm like, okay, but let's find the original sources of this stuff. Not Samus Hunter's now done this twice. It's just, yeah.
I'm gonna top my coffee off.
Yeah, you do that. It's that time.
It's almost game time.
Yeah, it's almost game time. Corey says, "Is this 20-minute deep dive of Madden 25?" Well, I hope not, since that would be last year's version of Madden. That'd be very disappointing. Let's flip on over here so we don't miss a thing. It is muted right now. I will unmute it in a moment. When it's go time. Let's see here. Trying to make sure. I want to make sure we get some. We hadn't responded to anything from Stash's chat in a bit. Let's see here. Art Vandelay over on Stash's side said that all these release dates and directs are probably all planned out several months in advance with contingencies in place. Nintendo has a plan. Enjoy the surprises. Yeah, Nintendo has a plan. Like this partner showcase was planned. Nintendo has a plan for all of this stuff. Nintendo has a plan for everything they're doing this year. This is a very carefully calculated marketing plan that had a lot of meetings about it, a lot of talking with third-party companies, a lot of stuff. As for fans of the Nintendo side, yeah, Nintendo stream is 4K 60. It's been that way. So that's the Switch 2 reveal. They're all 4K 60 streams. We don't do that because there's some lag that gets introduced. But yeah, obviously, come here, enjoy the show. You want to see some of these crispy 4K stuff, go there. A lot of these AAA third-party games aren't really going to be running in 4K anyways, but you know. Switch 2 outputs at 4K, so all their directs moving forward are going to be 4K. Even the indie worlds will be 4K. Let's see here. Darcy said the Digimon story games began on the DS, Digimon World DS, Down in Dusk, X-Rust Wars, Last Evolution. Yeah, I don't know a lot about the Digimon games. We're just never really into them much. I mean, Pokemon games, I'm at least, I've played some. I don't think I've ever played. I don't think I've ever played a Digimon game. What are the odds we get a Fusion Frenzy?
Fusion Frenzy, the Xbox.
Yeah.
Live arcade game?
Yeah, the arcade game, yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm going to go ahead and unmute. Here. I might turn the volume down if it's blasting our ears, but we'll see. Style says, happy direct, everyone. Let's enjoy this. Hell yeah. It's going to be a good one.
Interesting music.
Very calming.
Yeah. Sounds a little bit like Kenny G.
I wonder if they have this live on Twitch too yet. We don't have the YouTube.
Some Kenny G instrumental there.
No, there's nothing on Switch 2. I was wondering because sometimes they have them on the Switch. But all right, here we go.
Here we go.
Oh, I think it's the same intro as the Switch 2, right? Yeah. There you go. Same one. All right. All right, here we go. Switch 2 right off the bat. Here we go.
Our insurance is proving fatal. The encroachment threatens to drive our people out of house and home. But this divide has brought our two kingdoms to the brink of war.
And you are the sole Rathalos rider in Azuria.
My people have been driven into a corner, and the point of no return is looming before us.
Can't afford not to come. Ratha! But it won't be for long.
There it is. With the reflection.
I can hear them. Two sounds. Overlapping each other.
$2026.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. In this presentation, we'll be focusing on games from our publishing and development partners. What you just saw was Monster Hunter Stories 3: Twisted Reflection, launching on Nintendo Switch 2 next year. We hope you're looking forward to another grand adventure in the Monster Hunter universe. Today, we'll present games coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch systems. Before a game is shown, you'll see the logo of the system the game will launch on here.
Okay.
If both logos are shown, the game will launch on both platforms. Okay, first up, let's take a look at some upcoming Nintendo Switch games.
All right.
Let the good times roll.
Katamari.
Katamari. Yeah.
By Royal Decree, a brand new game in the Katamari Damacy series is rolling onto Nintendo Switch. Roll your Katamari through historic eras like Edo Japan and more. It's a time-hopping trip through the ages to restore the universe for the king of all cosmos. Use helpful items to roll your Katamari like royalty and customize the prince and cousins looks to your liking. In addition, roll out with friends in online multiplayer. Make a big Katamari and earn the most points to be crowned the winner. Plus, the iconic music is back with an all-new soundtrack featuring new and returning music artists from the series' history. Get ready to rock and roll through the ages when Once Upon a Katamari launches on Nintendo Switch October 24th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
There we go. 2 brand new games to kick off the direct.
The dance floor is calling.
Always. Given. Here comes the copyright hit.
Yeah. Copyright hits the platform right now.
They can't put me out, that's right, I'm on fire. They love how
Maybe not. Maybe this song's not copyright thing. Because they're showing off a bunch of different songs and they're not playing them.
Ah.
Maybe I'm wrong.
But the winner like there ain't no way to ever fail. Do my thing and I do that thing very well. Never slow, speed it up, cause I still got
Party mode. There we go. Give me the right here.
They can't steal my shine, no lie.
The dance floor is calling, and I'm sending it right to voicemail.
I used to play a lot of
Next
dance
up
games
are
before.
games heading to Nintendo Switch 2, including some games that will also be available on Nintendo Switch.
Okay.
Battle Beyond the Limit.
Here.
Breakthrough
There it is.
Charge up and unleash your fighting spirit in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, the latest in the Arena Battler series. Enter the fray with over 180 fighters. In episode Battle Mode, relive iconic Dragon Ball stories from the perspectives of 8 characters, including Goku. Or follow your own path and redefine history with alternate versions of those encounters. In custom battle mode, you choose the fighters, stages, and dialogue to create your own scenarios. Then share them online with players around the world. Plus, now you can duke it out with motion controls using the Joy-Con 2 or Joy-Con controllers. Immerse yourself in the characters and unleash powerful attacks.
Help me out!
Get ready to shake the earth and break the heavens when Dragon Ball Sparking Zero launches on the Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch systems November 14th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop. Time to get back to your roots.
There it is.
Yep. On the Billboard calls happening right here. Guys, you remember the original part of that?
Yeah.
Is that on Facebook? I don't remember where I first played it.
Possibly.
I've been watching it on Facebook. With a friend? There you go, replant.
The club is yours.
All right, sure.
It's like he's got the ball on a string.
Oh, finally a bit of physicality in this game. Well, I haven't seen that one before.
Get reacquainted with these games.
Welcome to the party, Pac-Man.
Yummy! Pac-Man World 2 is coming back, remade from scratch. Through forests or on ice. Use Pac-tastic moves to clear stages in style. And even take on powerful bosses. Plus, now you can adventure with a pal in local co-op. Pac-Man World 2 Repack launches on Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch September 26th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
Hell yeah.
Lead your party of black mages, dragoons, and other allies to victory in the beloved strategy RPG Final Fantasy Tactics, reborn with newly added elements. The game is now fully voiced and adds brand new dialogue between characters.
But still, I know that he and I are different.
As well as new difficulty options, a feature to review story events, and more. Final Fantasy Tactics, The Ivalice Chronicles, launches on Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch September 30th. Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop.
No, not telling you if it's a key.
When the clock strikes midnight, shadows emerge and the dark hour begins. Step into the shoes of a high school student who, together with his friends, awakens the supernatural power of Persona. Attend class and explore the city during the day, as you forge bonds with every interaction. Then, battle through the mysterious Tower of Tartarus and strategically take down rampaging shadows at night. Enter the dark hour and seal your fate when Persona 3 Reload launches on the Nintendo Switch 2 system October 23rd.
Okay.
Pre-orders begin later today on Nintendo eShop. Next, please take a look at this.
Surprise game.
They're cranking out the trailers.
I know. Yeah, Age of Calamity.
Oh!
Imprisonment. Age of Imprisonment. Let's go. In the middle of the record. Yeah, middle of the game.
Given an opening,
Nice.
he will bear his fangs. Until Hyrule itself is no more.
The best Zelda's ever looked like.
Be that as it may, we face it together.
But you sought it from Hyrule of all places. This is madness.
There is danger here. Enormously so.
Yes.
Is there a date?
Come on. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Here comes the release date.
date reveal.
Give it to me.
No!
That was the latest trailer for Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment. We hope you're looking forward to experiencing the canonical events that led to The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom game when it launches this winter. We'll share more information on this title in the future.
Still leaving
Let's
it open
continue
ended.
with some more games coming to Nintendo Switch 2. The realest Madden ever, built from Sundays.
Come on, give me what I want here.
It's game time. Kick off your journey to become an NFL legend in the most dynamic Madden game yet. Rule the field with all new player traits and realistic play styles. Immerse yourself in authentic team traditions and strategize playmaking decisions with newly added features to lead your team to victory. All built from real NFL data. In franchise mode, choose from 3 new archetypes to begin your coaching legacy. Or become your favorite NFL coach, each with their own strategies. Customize your game plan by selecting new abilities each week that offer different tactical advantages. Then level them up to fine-tune your plays. Plus, compete on the gridiron in local or online multiplayer. EA Sports Madden NFL 26 touches down on Nintendo Switch 2, August 14th. Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop.
I want a crossplay. Come on.
A cozy campfire is calling.
All right. 2 only game.
Calling all camping enthusiasts. Build campfires in this cozy fire building sim. Chop wood. Arrange the pieces.
The reason
then light them up.
game,
But if you don't
guys,
fuel the
they wanted
flames
to death
properly, they'll fizzle out. To stoke your campfire, place logs based on the fire
Mouse
strength.
Joy-Con.
Let enough
Yeah, the mouse
oxygen
Joy-Con. They
flow
wanted
through
to shoot
and
that
maintain the right amount of heat.
So they told
Don't
them
let wet logs dampen your fire. Dry them before tossing them in the flames. And when you want to create an even bigger fire, just blow on it. Sometimes, though, a little patience is all you need. So roast some marshmallows
Oh, I thought they
or
made a
set
game
off
for
fireworks to light up the sky. You can also get the flames going in rainy or snowy conditions. But try mastering your campfire making skills first. With a compatible USB camera, you can enjoy each other's company around the
Oh my
campfire.
god, that's funny.
You might even strike up some interesting conversations.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Relax and stay a
That's the
while.
only reason to even try the
When
game now.
Chillin' by the
Yeah.
Fire sparks to
Chillin' by
life
the
on
fire?
Nintendo Switch 2 later today.
You go on camera. everyone-
Shadow drop.
Fight battles
It's a
big
real
and
bonfire.
small in these games.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
Apex Legends is coming to Nintendo Switch 2.
All right. Finally,
Squad up and survive 19 other teams in Battle Royale. Or show off your skills in Mixtape, where you'll take on 3 rotating game modes. Plus, both Battle Royale and Mixtape have enhanced resolution and smoother performance. Build your crew and aim for victory when Apex Legends launches on the Nintendo Switch 2 system August 5th, along with the new season, Showdown.
Okay.
To cure a witch's illness, her tiny familiar embarks on a grand adventure. With your magical froggy backpack in tow, you can climb, pull, and even swing to greater heights. Explore this vast world and gather ingredients to create a cure for your enchanting ally. Plus, up to 4 players can journey together in online co-op. A little mouse's magnificent adventure begins when Hella launches on Nintendo Switch 2 next year.
26. All right.
Explore a galaxy
Oh, we're
full
not
of
lost. Hey,
opportunity.
I got one.
Embark on a journey across the iconic galaxy far, far away in this open-world action-adventure game, taking place between the events of The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi films. You'll take on the role of Kay Vess, who, along with her companion Nyx, is fighting for her freedom. Explore distinct locations, both new and familiar, as you fight, steal, and outwit your way through the galaxy's crime syndicates, and gain the means to start a new life. Traverse through space by ship on Kay's Trailblazer, or by land on her S-57 Cardinal Speeder, and take on quests that blend stealth and shooting with some puzzle-solving mini-games in between. Embark on high-stakes missions. Engage in dogfights as you travel across the Outer Rim. And get ready to live the life of a scoundrel when Star Wars Outlaws launches on Nintendo Switch 2 September 4th. Pre-orders are available now on
I'll be
Nintendo
interested
eShop.
if Ubisoft uploads a dedicated trailer.
Survive the future. Salvage the past.
Off of a live stream. I'd like to see it dedicated.
Is this Kronos?
As an agent of a secret collective, you'll travel between a future plagued by anomalies and a past on the verge of collapse to uncover the mysteries of this world.
I think you're right.
Badass.
In the future, dangerous creatures born from the remnants of humanity prowl the wasteland. You'll need to craft ammo and supplies with limited resources to fend off brutal enemies. But don't let your guard down after defeating them. If a monster absorbs a fallen enemy, it'll evolve into an even more nightmarish form. So act quickly to dispose of enemies. You'll also come across rifts that allow you to travel back in time by extracting the essences of people you meet in the past. You can strengthen your own abilities. However, there's a price to pay. You'll be haunted by visual and auditory illusions and lose your grip on reality.
This game looks really good.
What
I mean, I've been
caused
interested
the
in it for a
world
long
to
time.
collapse? And what is the true mission you've been tasked with? Chronos, The New Dawn, launches on Nintendo Switch 2, September 5th.
Bluebird team as well.
The dragons of the East and West clash.
More Yakuza.
極道の世界で竜と呼ばれる男は一匹でええんですわ。あんたもそう思いますやろ。
Yakuza Kiwami 2 is brawling its way onto Nintendo Switch 2. Kamurocho, Tokyo. Sotenbori, Osaka. 2 prolific entertainment districts in Japan, where the former dragon of Dojima, Cosma Kiryu, faces down the dragon of Kansai, Ryuji Goda. Use free-flowing combat moves to take on foes in action-packed brawls. Duke it out using your fists, weapons, and everything else at your disposal. Plus, there's still plenty else to do around the cities. Enjoy darts, karaoke, and even golf. There's no shortage of things to do. A deadly clash between 2 dragons begins when Yakuza Kiwami 2 launches on Nintendo Switch 2, November 13th.
They'll slow roll that whole series
Yakuza
out.
Kiwami, the story that launched the epic series, is also launching on Switch 2 the same day, featuring enhanced graphics, improved frame rates, and additional language support. There are plenty more games heading to Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2. Let's take a quick look.
This is real. No.
No.
I should have put a Hello Kitty game in my art.
Yeah.
Romantic Saga.
Nice. Available today. Right?
I'll be. Borderlands 4. Here we go. That's one on the side.
Before we go, we've got 2 more games to show you. Please take a look.
They both exciting games. Let's see.
To pass through that door
To pass?
is to pass through time.
To
To travel a road spanning centuries. From here, heroes set out on a journey of hope.
Square Enix presents a brand new action RPG
Nice.
brought to life in HD 2D.
Oh, let's
This
go,
is
baby.
Blvd, a continent overrun by beast tribes. A spell of safekeeping is all that protects humanity's sole bastion, the Kingdom of Huther. One fateful day, a set of ruins is discovered in the wilds beyond the castle walls. An adventurer, Elliot, leaves the kingdom to investigate.
Facing danger is what adventurers do.
At his side is
I
a
wonder
fairy
if we'll
named
get
Faye.
You can call me
HD upgrades.
I'm a fairy.
Together,
For the other
the
two
duo
Octopaths.
venture beyond the kingdom's
4K,
protection into the great
4K,
wide
1440p
world.
maybe.
During your journey, you'll come face to face with all sorts
Be
of
nice.
foes. In battle, study your opponent's moves carefully and find opportunities to
Also a bit
strike.
different.
Fight with swords for quick and well-balanced strikes.
It's a little more open world.
Bows and arrows to target enemies from afar. Chains
I like
and
it.
sickles to swing and pull enemies closer.
Reminds me
and
of
more. There are
Grandia.
7 weapon types in total,
Yeah.
but that's not all.
I like that
You
they're
can also strengthen your weapons by equipping different combinations of magicite. Try out all sorts of variations to find the playstyle
bringing the
that
old school
works
style
for
back
you.
as well from back then.
Yeah, I like it. A lot.
Your fairy companion, Faye, can also attack and pick up items. You can control both Elliot and Faye separately, or 2 players can control them at the same time.
Nice.
You'll find that she's very helpful on your adventure.
Yeah, might be a good way to introduce to Michaela.
Join Elliot and Faye on a grand journey that, unknown to them, will span 1,000 years.
Oh yeah.
The Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales, launches on Nintendo Switch 2 next year.
Adventures of Elliot, the
After
Millennium.
today's presentation,
today.
a debut demo will be available.
Yeah.
And there will be an upcoming survey to gather player feedback.
Well, they want player feedback. Okay.
I've never been tricked so hard.
Yeah, God, that was like such a. Is this Octopath?
There was nothing. Everything began with the birth of Orsa, mother of all.
This must be Octopath.
She created our world, the land of Orstera.
What a fake out.
That's funny. I like the order they did that in.
Are you heading out on your journey? Yes. I suppose the time is right. You're finally ready.
We've come to join your little lighting ceremony.
Oh, that art style is beautiful.
I wish I could see everyone here laughing and smiling just one more time. Are you going to rebuild Wishvale? Or are you going to find the people who took our home from us?
Witness a tale of beginnings that unfolds across Orstera. Octopath Traveler 0 is available on December 4th, 2025.
I like that narrator.
That's all for today's Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase. Thank you for watching.
All right. I'm not feeling good about my bingo card.
Yeah.
I maybe got 4 on there. I'll have to double check it. All right. Well, Stash, what are your thoughts on this?
Okay, initial thoughts. So we opened up with Monster Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
I like the art style. Enjoyed the color palette there. Looks good. Gonna have to look into Madden some more.
Yeah, I feel like
read the the fine print, right?
Yeah, you always got like, oh, it's the current version. Yeah, but what's the but?
Exactly. Final Fantasy Tactics again. Already have it pre-ordered. Pre-ordered on Switch, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Switch 2, not on PlayStation because you can play that. You play it on the go, right? Persona 3 Reload. We all had Persona on our bingo cards, but I had Reload. So I'm pretty excited about that. Age of Imprisonment, that was great to see. That mouse game looks interesting. It reminds me of Stuart Little meets Untitled Goose Game.
Sure, I get that vibe.
And a little bit of Chibi Robo, right? That campfire game with the camera that's out today. I gotta see. I'm curious what the price is. There's something funny and novel about sitting at a campfire with your cameras on like that. That makes me curious. It would be kind of fun to do with the podcast.
Yeah, that's what people were saying. Are we going to have a campfire podcast? I'm like, well, the audio quality would probably suck ass, but it is something.
Okay, so Yakuza. Kiwami 2. I have Kiwami 1 physically, and they said that that's getting an update. I'm curious if there's going to be any sort of free update, but that is 3. Is that the third Yakuza game now?
Yeah.
On Switch, Kiwami 1 and 2, and we got, of course, the one 0. So that's 3. We know we're gonna get them all. Chronos, did not expect to see that
Yeah, that one
coming.
shocked me. Yeah.
That's a game that I do believe most are sleeping on so far. They're just not aware of it yet. But bro, it gives me obviously Dead Space vibes. A little bit of Stranger Things. I don't know what else, but definitely the Dead Space. Well, what Square showed, that Elliot game that we thought was Octopath, the
Yeah.
demo's out today.
It looks sick too. New
It
IP.
really does. What, did they say what the release date was on that? Did I miss that?
I feel like, did they not get one for that?
Because
Let's see here.
look, man, I love RPGs. It is my favorite genre, right? If I had to choose one.
2026.
Okay,
Just-
okay. That's right.
But it's great. You can play a demo now. I hope they do it like Octopath, where your save data could transfer over. That'd be
I
nice.
love it when they do that.
They did that with Octopath demos in the past, so I hope they do it with this one.
But Octopath 0 is out December 4th. There was
Yeah.
a fair amount of 2025. It was mostly 2025 games. So
Yeah.
what are your thoughts?
I really enjoyed the show. It's kind of funny because I'm watching the audience reaction. They're just, dude, the people in the chat are just on fire right now. They're not happy. For starters, I understand some of the disappointment people have with not having release dates for some of the already announced games. You know, it is weird that Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade, still no release date. Elden Ring, still no release date. That is weird.
Assassin's Creed
Shadows wasn't in here, which is fine. They could show it whenever they want, but
yeah.
It could be in the. By the way, if there's a direct in September, that could be when some of the stuff
There's
drops.
more coming.
Yeah, it just means there's got to be more, and so September direct probably happening. And they got to some of these things. I kind of think with a partner showcase now is that if there is a general direct in September, well, they have to save some third parties for that too. So, I really enjoyed the direct, and I think mostly because there was a lot of stuff that I didn't expect.
Exactly.
Who expected Elliot? Never
No,
leaked.
nobody.
There was no leak for that game. Totally came out of nowhere, and I love like it reminds me even a little bit of like even Secret of Mana back in the day.
Yeah, yeah.
Same sort of vibe, like that. That's why I'm like, man, Octopath. They're going with a new direction with the 0. Oh, that's not even Octopath. We're still getting Octopath, traditional turn-based. Sweet. Like we're
Back
getting
to back Square RPGs with
end
that distinct art style that I think the old heads, like us, the unks, specifically appreciate, right? Because it blends what we grew up with today's tech. I'm a huge fan of it, but I was like, whoa, we're closing out the partner direct with back-to-back HD 2D essentially games from Square.
I love them.
Love it.
To me, their HD 2D output has been better than their big AAA output in the last 10 years.
It actually has, outside of
Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah. Which
That's the one that's been standing. Yeah. Remake and Rebirth were fantastic, but the rest of their games, they were fine. They were good, but like Octopath was excellent. Triangle Strategy was excellent. We're talking about excellent games, like S tier kind of games. So here they are going again. They're not stopping Octopath. It's a new one. It's not a port of the mobile one, like I feared. And then Elliot, completely brand new, looked fantastic. Can't wait. Age of Imprisonment looks great. I'm not going to dive too deep into that because we'll talk more about that for sure tonight. We'll talk more about this tonight. By the way, for those who don't know, we do have a bonus podcast episode tonight. It's not set up yet. I got to make the thumbnail and figure some stuff out. Plus, I got to take a break after this, be with the family for a bit. But yeah, we're going to have a bonus podcast tonight. We're going to be going over all of this again with the whole gang. But Age of Imprisonment, what a couple of big takeaways it has outside the fact that it looks visually really good. It's the best Zelda's ever looked. I mean, it just is what it is. We're on Switch 2 now, so it's not really shocking. There was new voice acting. One of the Gerudo had voice acting that didn't exist in Tears of the Kingdom. or Breath of the Wild. So I'm like, cool. They're going all out here. They brought the old voice actors back, and they have new ones for new characters. I like that. So I'm really excited that they're taking it pretty serious. And again, they repeated it again. This is what happened when Zelda went back. This is that story. And for those who don't know, that tease at the end when they were showing the statue, like the statue coming together, I was like, I get that. That's Minoru from Tears of the Kingdom when she puts herself into the robot body. That's probably one of the things that happens at the end of the game. So, because that's what she did to make sure that she would be available to the hero later. So, yeah, this is cool. I'm really excited about that. Plus, I'm always like a big Zelda lore head, so I was already excited for that game. A lot of the other games, probably not picking up. I would say most of them. Let me grab the list quick here. I know there's a rundown here. Persona 3 Reload. It's not the Persona that I wanted to necessarily be the one. I wanted it to be that new Persona 4, but Persona 3 Reload is something a lot of people wanted. So yes. I'm really, really happy that got confirmed. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, we already knew was coming. I just didn't know if it was going to be on Switch and Switch 2. It is on both. So that's good. Everyone's going to have a shot to play that who has a Nintendo system. Let's see here. And guys, there's always like additional information that comes out after these directs. So again, a lot of that is stuff we can. I mean, I'll make a video on it, but a lot of it is stuff we can cover again tonight on the podcast as well. Romancing Saga 2, Switch 2 edition. That was a shadow drop today.
Yeah,
good. It's a good
romantic comedy.
Yeah. Chronos. That was a big surprise. Chronos didn't leak at all.
It didn't, yeah.
And that's coming soon, September 5th. You know, the game gives a lot of like sci-fi mixed with Resident Evil vibes. I love that. Maybe more Bioshocky vibes. Not Bioshock. Yeah. Kind of
Dead Space.
Dead Space. That's what I was thinking of. Dead Space vibes. Yeah.
Resident Evil, yeah, Bioshock, yeah, even some Stranger Things.
Yeah.
With the music and the Christmas lights and just the
setting and the hallucinations.
Yeah, going to different dimensions essentially. Again, I'm saying this. That's a game people should not sleep on. It's going to surprise a lot of people. I've been following that game since it was first announced, which feels like ages ago.
You know, Apex Legends finally getting the Switch 2 edition treatment. That's good. And again, that's a free-to-play game, so you don't got to worry about paying any extra to get that Switch 2 edition if you have a Switch 2. Plants vs. Zombies was kind of neat. You know, it's replanted. It's remaking an old the OG and then allowing multiplayer. It's cool. You know, it'll be a nostalgic trip for some people. And Nintendo Land's got to be. He called it Pac-Man World 2 repack. He called it. That's what he wanted. And it's exciting.
45th anniversary of Pac-Man. You know, like this is a big deal. He just got that special edition Atari announced. Yep. You know, we got Shadow Labyrinth, Pac-Man World Repack 2. Great year for Pac-Man. I'm glad they're celebrating him.
Yeah. They new Katamari.
Yeah.
Very big cult following for that game.
Yes.
That was always nice to see that series is going strong. And they kicked it off with Monster Hunter Stories 3, which Monster Hunter Stories 1 and 2 are very good. So kicking it off with a brand new Stories 3. I didn't think we were going to get Stories 3 this early in the Switch 2 generation, but if you haven't played the first and second one, they're excellent games. Like if you don't like the way that it's basically Monster Hunter for people that don't like the way Monster Hunter plays. Monster Hunter is like a very hardcore kind of game. Stories is much more casual and more traditional in terms of gameplay you're used to seeing from other types of RPGs and adventure games. And obviously a lot more story focused, obviously, hence Monster Hunter Stories. Obviously a different art direction as well. But yeah, Stories 3, I'm very happy to see that. I'm very curious about it. I'll probably check that one out. What does that one drop? That was a 2026, I believe. Yeah, that was a 2026 game. So I'll be checking that one out next year because I beat Monster Hunter Stories 1 and 2. Very good games. Because I actually really like Monster Hunter in general, but as I'm getting older, the time sink to build up your character and the gear and the hunting, I mean, you're basically treating it like an MMO, and that's fine. It's just at the point I'm at in my life, I don't really have the time anymore to get to MMO games.
That's the thing. This is what we always talk about. I mentioned all the time with you that I can only do one live service game. Like, hey, am I interested from afar? And am I appreciating from afar WWE on Switch 2? Yeah. Okay, man, I'm a lifelong wrestling fan, right? I've always enjoyed it. Love wrestling video games. Obviously, the N64 games are my goats, but yeah, I'm appreciating it from afar. However, NBA 2K is coming out, right? And that is my ongoing game that I can play while still reviewing other games, right? And playing games on other consoles. And like you said with Monster Hunter, it's like I don't think I can't do 2K, a huge game like Monster Hunter that's turning into sort of an MMO, and then expect to plow through other games that are 40, 60, 80 hours, right? And actually churn out reviews. So that's the thing. Something like Stories where it's more confined, that's good, right? Like that reaches a different demographic like us.
Yep. Carcon had to head out, but says Silk Song fans in shambles. I don't know. Are Silk Song fans in shambles when we know it's going to be demoed in a few weeks at Gamescom? Are they really in shambles? Like, that means we're getting Silk Song news in August. Like, we already knew ahead of time we were. We just kind of hoped that Nintendo would get some sort of news first. But I mean, it's probably going to be at the what is it, opening night live? I think that's what they do at Gamescom, opening night live with Jeff Keighley.
Yeah.
So I'll be live streaming that. So yeah, that's probably where they'll have it since there's going to be a demo at Gamescom. The Demonic Brawler says, where was Sea of Thieves? That's an interesting one. We did not get the Microsoft games.
Nothing from Microsoft.
But again, is that being saved for the General Direct?
Again, I believe there's a reason for everything. There's a timeline. I'm not concerned. The same thing with Sony. I watch all the Sony stuff. I watch the Xbox stuff. There's a reason for everything, guys. And all in due time. All in due time, things will be announced. Again, no Microsoft stuff. None at all.
Let's just say I think October, November, December is going to be packed, as will early 2026 with third party. Just my opinion. I think that we are getting that General Direct in September, and so they didn't want to blow all the third party. Like, this probably could have been a 45-minute third party direct if they wanted it to be, but they wanted to save some announcements. Maybe this direct even existed because they had so much third party that they realized their General Direct in September is going to be like an hour and a half. Okay, we got to cut this down. We got to split this up.
It's very possible.
So it's interesting because, I'm reading the chat and trying to get some of their sentiment and feelings. Obviously, when you have 42% in the poll going with 700 plus votes, going with a D rating for the direct, that means there are a number of people that were not very happy with this direct. Lots of people saying, and not just about the Silk Song stuff, but like, why don't we have the release dates for Final Fantasy? Why don't we have the release dates for, Elden Ring? And those are all valid questions. Those are some of the expectations covered in because those games are already announced and we haven't had updates on them. I do remind people Gamescom is around the corner. There could be new announcements from the third parties there, of course. That's literally right around the corner. So is PAX West. They're like back to back. It's like the week before is Gamescom and then PAX West. And a lot of these big companies are at both. So that's something that we're probably going to get a bunch of news from third party in August, plus opening night live for sure. We'll have announcements. And then we get to September, and we always know Nintendo has an event in September. So I think everything's fine. I'm going to be honest, like this, I've watched every single Nintendo Direct that's ever existed, and this was one of my like favorite third-party directs. So like, it's really hard watching people, for me, give it like a D and be all disappointed when I'm like, but I liked it. Like, I really enjoyed this third-party direct, and part of it's because it was a bunch of things I didn't expect, like Chronos, like that campfire game, which at first I was like, eh. Then they did it to the camera mode, and I'm like, oh, dude, okay, all right, that's actually pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like to be surprised.
You know, Katamari.
I like.
Wasn't even thinking about Katamari. Wasn't thinking much about Hilo, however you pronounce it, the mouse game.
It's pronounced Hella.
Yeah, okay.
I was hella surprised, to be honest with you. I was like, it's got to be Hilo, right? Like, they're not going to call it Hella, right?
Not quite dead with the tenor on your side.
Thank you, my friend.
Yeah, you know, I maybe I should have expected it, but the you know, the Kiwami Yakuza stuff 1 and 2, maybe I should have expected it, but I kind of thought maybe Sega might put a small gap between 0. Plus, I know Sega's still trying to promote 0. So I kind of thought we'd get these games next year, but that's okay. They're coming out in November, so I guess there's a pretty big gap there. Another super chat here from Doge. D voters, what would make you change your mind? It's a good question. What would make, because like this is a third party direct, so the expectation is third party games. What did the D voters need in order for this to be an A for a third party direct, or even a B for a third party direct? You know, I see this Noah person say Square Enix is to stop with the HD 2D. I highly disagree with that. That's like, I literally just said it's the best games they've made the last decade besides Final Fantasy 7.
And see, this is the thing, right? Is that HD 2D, this direct, it won't hit for everybody. Okay, but for someone like me, 40, you're approaching 40. Stuff, man. Dude, we grew up with this, so to see more HD 2D games, not just remakes, like new IP. So last gen, the new IP was Octopath, right?
Yep.
It was successful enough to get
Triangle Strategy as well. Yep.
Yeah, successful enough to get a sequel, to make its way over to PlayStation as well. And now we're getting a third entry, and then we get a new IP that looks very, very interesting. I'll be checking out the demo, but I can just tell you right off the bat that is like it's probably like a 90% likely that I'll be picking that up.
Yeah, I don't even need to play that.
It's different, right?
Yeah, yeah, and I see some other people saying, you know, well, I'm around your guys' age, and I thought it was garbage. That's fine. It's personal preferences. But that's the thing. It's all personal preferences. Like, people always think I am fake excited. I'm like, how am I fake excited? Hey, chat, those of you that have been around on my channel for years, was I not stupidly excited for Octopath and Octopath 2 in the past? Do I not have? Hold up. I'm going to show you guys something. Do I not have Octopath Traveler art in the background of my video right now? Oh, I do. You just can't see it. Hold on.
I'm a huge fan of Octopath. When it was first announced, I was extremely hyped. And that was long before YouTube. Oh man, we need a manual adjustment on that focus.
I didn't want to mess up my my autofocus, so I didn't focus on it right. But those 8 pieces of art that were up there, those are the 8 characters from the original Octopath Traveler.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I love Octopath Traveler. Now I got to fix my camera angle, but
I really love it too. So the way I kind of look at it is like, hey, Final Fantasy 7 remake. I played the game and beat it, obviously, on PS5. And same with Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. Put over 300 hours into Rebirth. Love those games, but like, we know they're coming. So yeah, would it have been nice to get a release date today? Sure, but at the same time, we know they're coming. Would I rather see a new IP shown at the direct than the release date. 100% of the time, I would rather see something new at a direct than an updated trailer with the release date at the direct. So, like, we already know it's coming. Give me more of something I don't know that's coming. And I feel like that's where the direct hit for me, right? Like, I would have never had Chronos on my list as a game that's coming to Switch 2. Because, as you can see, I mean, it is a very demanding game. It's a very much a next-gen game. It's not a cyberpunk situation, I guess you could say, where it came to PS4 and then made its way over to next gen. Like, this is a game built squarely for next gen consoles that's coming to Switch too. So that's a big deal.
Yeah, and okay, so a couple super chats to get here. Like Cohen says, I feel like if any of these games were in a regular direct, they would have been overshadowed. Well, dude, the thing about regular directs is everything is overshadowed by Nintendo's games. Almost nothing stands out compared to Nintendo's own announcements in those directs, right? So in Nintendo's directs, the only things that could really be there that won't get overshadowed are going to be like the most hyped of hyped third-party games. Like, as an example, let's say GTA 6 would be coming. That would actually stand on its own inside a regular direct. I'm not saying it is, but if it was coming, like, that announcement would be in a standard direct, because that wouldn't get overshadowed by Nintendo stuff. Even Elden Ring can probably stand with the release date in a general direct and not get completely overshadowed. So that's kind of the thing, is like some of these big games, like even Final Fantasy 7, like those kind of games fit better in a regular direct because they won't be completely overshadowed by Nintendo. Whereas most games, when you watch any of these third-party showcases, almost all the games in them, no one would be talking about them afterwards in a standard Nintendo Direct. And it's not because they're bad games. Yeah. It's just because they got to stand next to Mario, Zelda, Kirby, Pikmin, Animal Crossing, all the best Nintendo's got. And that's all anyone's going to talk about after. Like right now, the only the only Nintendo IP they had to stand up against here was Age of Imprisonment. And I think a lot of these games stand up really well next to it. Like Age of Imprisonment looks fantastic, but so does Elliot, so does Octopath Traveler, so does Chronos.
What have we talked about this whole time? About giving games not just the proper spotlight, but the time, right?
Yeah.
You got to let it breathe a little bit. You got to let these announcements breathe. And so, prime example with this direct.
Yeah.
Someone said, have you seen the Japanese direct yet? And that they showed way more.
They might have, yeah. They usually have more in those. That's the kind of stuff that, again, that's tonight podcast. We'll have all this info rounded up and ready to go. Anything we missed, any new announcements, because Japan sometimes gets games before us. Sometimes they just have different games because they're targeting that audience more, but those games are also coming out here.
They got Ease today. Ease Nordics, Proud Nordics. Sure. But of course for the US, it's probably going to be next year, thanks to localization.
Yeah, but we'll see. We'll have all that stuff and all that information tonight. Any additional stuff? There's always additional press releases, screenshots, trailers. Sometimes just like new announcements in general that happened that were outside of it. Like there was one game that had news today that happened. I can't remember, that happened outside of this event, but was it Ninja Gaiden? Rage Mound? That wasn't out
today.
Yeah, that comes out today. So that had some news today. Obviously, a new trailer and all that stuff for launch.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for it to hit the eShop because I'm reviewing
it. Just like Dear Me, I Was launched today from Arc System Works. Anyways, so we have this $10 super chat. By the way, all opinions are welcome to come in, including this one. That's obviously more negative. It says voted D because of Pac-Man World 2. was the only interesting thing to me. And 25 minutes is a poorly written joke. Shame on Nintendo. It's not like the Switch 2 Life just recently started. It's interesting looking at this from the perspective of the system's new.
Sorry.
Oh my God. Shut up. You're not connected to the internet. That was my Alexa.
The Alexa.
Yeah, I'm like, why are you yelling at me? I know you're not connected to the internet. Anyways, no, so the Nintendo Switch 2, you know, we've talked about how like this system needs announcements, and we're not saying don't appreciate what's already there, but it's a new system, and you know, there's people that bought it day one that outside of Mario Kart World, they're still waiting for the next game they want to buy. And if DK wasn't it, they're still waiting. And maybe they were excited about some of the third party. Maybe they bought it because, hey, I'll play Mario Kart, then I want to play Elden Ring. Play Mario Kart, then I want to play Final Fantasy. And still don't know when they're coming. Like, it's frustrating to be 2 months out from these games that were announced in April that still don't have release dates. And I get that frustration. Even if the release is in November or December, at least knowing that is like a peace of mind. Now you hit that acceptance stage. Okay, it's going to be waiting until then. So maybe I'll browse the eShop one of these days and just see if there's something else I want to play until then. And shout out to Nintendo. The recent update, they did put a thing in search and browse where you can view all the Switch 2 games at the top now. Although I checked it right now, it's not updated with the Direct today. So all these things that are available for pre-order now, that's not in that section, but it's in the eShop. So Nintendo, you can't have a section for all Switch 2 games and then not have all the Switch 2 games in there. Just want to let you know, Nintendo, that's fumbling the ball. You had a third-party partner showcase today. You have Switch 2 games, brand new ones available to pre-order on the eShop right now, but they're not in the Switch 2 section. Come on. Get out. Fix that. I was hoping to show you guys like a list of all, because like here's the thing. This is what I can show you. This is why we need events like this. Is they got to spread out the announcements. They can't announce everything at once. But when you go on the eShop, and this is the stuff that was available before we had the start today. And you go to the view all software for Switch 2, like this is it. This is the library. That's the Switch 2 library. It's all there is, except that's pretty much all the launch games. Where's all the new stuff getting added? So that list is why we needed this today. But also, I think, you know, when you're a company like Nintendo, you're in between a rock and a hard place because you, like this person saying, you know, the only thing that interested you is Pac-Man World 2. Well, they weren't making a Direct that only interests you. Like they're trying to like hit every. Hey, people that have been wanting Monster Hunter on Nintendo. Hey, we got Monster Hunter Stories 3 for you, right? We got a Monster Hunter something coming. Hey, people that like horror games and stuff. That hey, we got Chronos coming because we haven't had any like game like that yet on our system. Hey, we got this coming. Hey, people that like the HD 2D stuff. Look, we got new ones coming. The Square Enix JRPGs that sold so well on Switch, we got more coming. Like it's so hard to hit on everyone. That's what I try to remind. Like a lot of people grade Directs based on personal appeal, and I totally get that because you know in the end you only care about what you're gonna buy. But if you come out of a presentation with a game you want to buy that you didn't know beforehand you were going to buy, that's a win. These are advertisements. That's what these events are. And they're advertising to everyone. So I don't expect every game, like Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. I saw people hyped about it in the chat. I don't care about that game. I don't like fighting games. Literally don't care about that game. And I'm not a big Dragon Ball fan. So that doesn't mean that I think that's a bad announcement. That doesn't mean I'm going to knock the Direct for putting a game that people are hyped about that I don't care about. You know, and because I try to view these. It's kind of like my videos when I'm covering news. There's certain news stories I cover that I'm not that interested in, you know? And I know like Miami, I said, well, 42% feel the same. Yeah, that's one way to look at it. You know, the fun thing about statistics, 58% don't feel the same. That's the fun thing about statistics. You could twist that to be a negative, or you could twist that to be like, actually, most people thought the Direct was all right. You know, that's what I mean. Like, it's one of those things that they're trying to appeal to everyone, and you're never going to fully appeal to any one person. We get this after every Direct, by the way. This isn't just this Direct. I have polls up for like all the different Directs. They're all either C's or D's with an occasional Direct that gets a B. And it's even the general ones. And why? Because they're trying to appeal to so many people that no one fan group ever feels completely satiated. But you're not supposed to be. You're not supposed to be.
Yeah, it's supposed to hit everyone.
Yeah.
And so everyone's going to get fed a little bit, but
and general
probably no
direct
one's going to walk away
get
full.
rated higher, and it's always based on what Nintendo showed. Everyone eliminates what the third parties were. It's just, what did Nintendo show? Did they satisfy me as a Nintendo fan? And okay, fine. That's bias coming out, that you only care about those games. And third parties and indie worlds always seem to get rated really low, no matter what they show. So you just kind of got to live with it. I think that this was a very good partner showcase and showed a lot of games that I'm going to be buying, including games I didn't know going in I was going to be buying. The only game that made me a little concerned was Star Wars Outlaws. I thought it visually looked good, but it definitely looked like it had low frame rates. There were some, and it might have just been the stream. We'll have the
stream.
We'll have the trailer. I don't want to be too hard on them, but it is a game that people thought would be hard to run. Might still be hard to run. MMXJK says, notice how Age of Imprisonment dropped 2025. Yes, but they're still saying winter. And here's the thing. I don't know if you guys know, in the Northern Hemisphere, for most countries, winter begins December 20th. So there was only like 10 days of 2025 that would be winter. So it was always likely to be early 2026. Because calling anything winter 2025 is very weird. Because there's not that many days of winter. Because most of the days of winter happened earlier this year, in January and February. So it was always likely to be early 2026. But we had that faint hope that, hey, this could be like a little right before Christmas surprise. But still technically could be. I don't think the 2025 moniker was as important as the winter. Like, there's a 3-month period that it plans to come out in. December, January, February. Somewhere in there it's coming.
There's a grand plan to all of this, and I think if I can give any takeaway, and like,
that's from one of our future super chats.
This is how I view everything in life. Okay. It's really simple. And I think the quicker people can learn this in life, the earlier they can learn in life, the better things will be. You'll do a lot better with stress management, things of that nature. Focus on the controllables. Think about what you can actually control in life. And the rest, you got to let it lie as it is, right? So things like release dates getting announced. Can I control that? No. Can you? No. Right? Like, focus on what you can control is, hey, you can control how you react to it, right? Attitude is everything.
It's also funny. It always depends on what audience you poll for some of this stuff. Mm-hmm. So I polled on my community post, and look, it's C that's in the lead, not D. You see what I mean? Like, different people are watching different things. So like reactions are going to be different everywhere. Then maybe there's a place where B is in the lead, it's all just going to depend on different audiences. Then we have Warren here saying, even if Nintendo is pro-consumer, there's always going to be somebody that's butthurt about something kind of pathetic. You can't please everyone. Yeah, obviously there's been a lot of that criticism of some of the more anti-consumer decisions they've made so far this generation. Even if some of them aren't new decisions, people realize, like, it's funny when I point out certain things aren't new and have been around since Wii, and then they're like, well, that doesn't change the fact that it's anti-consumer. I know, it doesn't change the fact that it's anti-consumer. It's just, why do you only care about it now and didn't care about it 20 years ago? It's like, there's something going on in your head where suddenly you care more now. And I'm actually more curious around the psychology of caring about something now that's not actually a new policy. Like that's what always kind of gets me. Is not that you shouldn't care. It's just like, why haven't you cared for decades? And now you do. Anyways, yeah, even if they were completely pro-consumer, it doesn't matter. There's going to be people that are butthurt, as you say, or just negative in general towards everything. And look, I've been doing these partner showcases for years at this channel. I already knew the reaction coming out of it was going to be negative no matter what. I knew that going in. Like, that's just how it is every single time. Indie World, it's going to be negative every single time. The only thing that might have a positive direction would be a general direct, because they dropped a big 3D Mario or a big 3D Zelda, and people really liked what they got shown, and that one game made them give it an A. It's like they might not have liked any of the other games, but they're so hyped for the one game they give it an A. It's like, okay, you know. I'm not as harsh. By the way, guys, this is me in general in life. Like movie critics are super hard on movies. Like a bunch of movie critics were harsh on Happy Gilmore 2. I love that movie. It was awesome.
Yeah, you guys, I loved it. I saw the original in the theaters.
Yeah.
I think it speaks differently when you grew up with it as well and you age with the characters.
Sure.
You've lived life. Some things don't always go your way. That's why I like the story. It's like it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows after the original movie. He turned, well, I don't want to give away the plot, but it's real. That's part of life.
Venanta says perhaps the answer is some people need a little lawn therapy. Yeah, some of you guys need to go tend to your lawns a little more. The touch grass joke, guys, for those who don't get it. I got to be more literal there. Which I do have to mow my lawn today, I think, but or maybe not. Actually, it looks kind of maybe it's going to rain today. I won't be surprised. We've had some pretty hot days in a row with the sun. Time for it to cool down a bit. No, it is not. It is a cooler day today, though. Hey, perfect day to mow the lawn. Let's see here. Nintendo is probably referring to 2025 fiscal year. Well, sure, yeah. 2025 fiscal year is how Nintendo runs their calendar. They go all the way through March of the following year. They do this every year for how they plan things out. So absolutely. They're thinking about the whole fiscal year, and they're not just thinking about the next few months. Dojin says some people seem bothered that certain games exist. Yeah, people always get mad when games come out that they're not interested in, but other people are hyped about as if it's like a sin against them. It's weird. Like there are definitely games in there that I'm not that interested in, but it's okay because other people are, and other people are allowed to get things that I'm not as excited. Like the FC 26. I don't care about the FIFA game. I'm sorry, it's not. EA, don't come after me. I know you can't use the FIFA term anymore, but I don't care about that series. But I'm also someone that was excited about Madden and watching it intently. So, just because I didn't care about that didn't mean I didn't care about any of the sports stuff. Some of you guys don't care about any of that. Just Dance, we laugh about it, but we know it keeps coming because there's an audience that loves it. Families love it.
Just can't stop dancing.
Can't stop dancing. Dance is universal. Unless it's break dancing in the Olympics. It's never coming back.
Did they decide to?
Yeah, they nixed it.
Good. Dude,
it wasn't even good breakdancing. Like even the people who won and got like the gold, I was watching it and then I was like, okay, let me go watch some of the best breakdance highlights on YouTube. Dude, there are so many better. These are not the best breakdancers. These are just literally not the best.
Will video games ever make it to the Olympics?
I think there's a higher chance that happens than breakdancing gets another shot.
I hope so too.
It's going to be very specific games, but I think eventually, because esports is so big, that the 1 year one of these Olympics will experiment with including a big esports tournament.
I wish they'd have NBA Jam. I would totally enter and try to represent the USA.
I always wonder, like, if they do an NBA Jam one, how are you going to choose who represents the US? There's probably a way, like who the breakdancing one. There was probably, if you paid enough attention in the community, probably could have figured it out. It's very clear the best breakdancers in the world did not try out for the Olympics. Like that's what made it sense to watch. Like it very clearly was not the best breakdancers. And I'm not just talking about the one that went out there and literally was not breakdancing and got made fun of online because their significant other was the judge that got them into the Olympics. Like that's just bad. But
yes.
There, you watch like even the best breakdancers that were winning the medals, and I'm like, it's kind of mediocre, to be honest. You kind of look like an amateur. I'm just straight up calling it like I see it. It's kind of amateurish what you guys are doing out there.
My question is breakdancing still a thing? If it is,
I've seen better breakdancing than the Olympics. I've seen better breakdancing than this at the local college spot out that does dancing out in Eau Claire. They have this place called Sheenan's, and was out there because I went out there on karaoke night a couple months ago, and they had a DJ before karaoke, And there was these college kids doing breakdancing right there in the middle of the dance floor, and it was fucking sick. And I'm like, dude, why didn't you? I grabbed one of them and said, why didn't you enter the Olympics? Oh, I could have done that. Like, I don't know. I don't know what the qualifications are, but you just did better breakdancing than anyone in the Olympics did. So it's still a thing. It's a culture.
Just so everyone knows,
Elliot,
in my chat, Extreme let me know that the Adventures of Elliot is available right now for download.
Yep, that was supposed to drop today. So Mr. Hype says, why did they show games we knew we were getting? I didn't know about all these games. Didn't know about Elliot. Octopath Traveler 0 we knew about, but we found that about due to Bill Con right before the direct began. So technically we didn't know about that heading into today.
Didn't know about Chronos.
Didn't know about Chronos.
Didn't know about Yakuza Kiwami 2, but if you use, we've talked about it.
Logic. Like
they're all coming.
They were expected to come. We just didn't know it was going to be announced today. We didn't know the Apex Legends update was happening today. Yeah, you expect it to happen, but you didn't know it was going to be today.
We didn't know we were getting a spiritual successor to Stuart Little.
Yeah, didn't know that. So do we know about the new Katamari before today? I don't think we did.
No.
So like there was plenty in here we didn't know. Yeah, there was stuff we expected, Just Dance, Dragon Ball. But like even Sparking Zero, we knew it because of leaks. Like it's one of those, if you get rid of leaks, we didn't know about a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, we did. Like we all hoped, we may have presumed we were going to get something Persona.
Yeah.
But you never know until the direct happens, right? So that was nice to see.
Yeah. Let's see here. Cherry Pop.
Personally excited for that one.
Cherry Pop said thought it was good. It's the second to the last game name. Elliot. What's the rest of the title besides Elliot?
It's the Adventures of Elliot, the Millennium Tales.
There you go. So now you know how to look up. I'm sure if you just type Elliot on the eShop, it'll probably pop up too. But
that's what I did.
Yeah, so I'm going to be getting that demo today. I don't know if I'm going to get to play it today, but it's also not coming until 2026. So I don't feel any pressure that like I got to quick play it. Might try it a bit for the direct though tonight. I think it might be good. That's one of the hype games from the direct.
We probably need to
get a little bit of time in on it.
Probably need to play the, what do you call it? The Nintendo playtest as well. I know we got like I got a lineup of games, that I'm playing for review, but I'm like, I got to log in and do this because, I signed up for it, and you can't sign up for something and not participate, right? Like, I think that goes for anything.
And I want to know if there's anything new.
Yeah.
And if there isn't, okay, fine. I still haven't played it at all. So, let's see here. So we did that one here. Y'all have fun not touching grass. I'm gonna get back to work. Hey, we're touching grass. Hey, it ain't me, man. Although I don't know, Stash. Do you have grass in your yard?
No.
Yeah, it'd be like where you live. I don't know if that's. You got to travel to touch grass where you're at.
Yeah, I got gravel, dirt, cactuses.
Yeah. So there might be a park somewhere with some grass.
There is.
Maybe. Yeah, as I say, because you got to keep it watered. That's the thing. It's got to be a place willing to water it to keep it alive. Yeah. Doge comes and says video games don't need the Olympics. Well, it's not really a question of the. To me, it's not the question that the Olympics, the video games need the Olympics. It's more like, do we think the Olympics need video games because of how big esports are? Like, the video games don't need the Olympics to legitimize them. There's plenty of sports that don't participate in the Olympics, and you still consider them legit. NFL isn't part of the Olympics. No one's going to say NFL is not a legit sport. We don't have rugby in there. Don't have lacrosse. Don't have cricket. Those are all legit sports. But just because they're not in the Olympics doesn't mean they need. It's a question of, did the Olympics need video games?
Does the Olympics have shuffleboard?
That's a good question.
Do you play shuffleboard?
I played it for the first time on the cruise last year because they had a shuffleboard.
Do you enjoy it?
It was different. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. So everyone said, you played shuffleboard, you old man. I'm like, well, I am older, but also I was interested in it because I saw as kids, I always saw TV people play, and I was like,
not
what
the
is
standing shuffle, not like the one with the stick. I'm
Yeah,
talking, like you're at the bar, you play
yeah,
shuffleboard.
the little sand one.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah,
And
like
the
on
table.
the table. Yeah. I played that.
Playing that for years.
I played real shuffleboard with the stick on the cruise ship. But yeah, at the bar, there's always like bars that sometimes have it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Done that a number of times.
My cousin and I.
It's funny how you said not the one with the stick, real shuffleboard. Oh, so you mean not real shuffleboard? You mean the bar version of shuffleboard?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. I love that shuffleboard.
I was be like, Stash plays legit. When you brought a shuffleboard, I'm like, wait a second, he's played real shuffleboard. You're into like where do you live that you got people out there playing real shuffleboard? For me, it was only existing because I was on a cruise ship. Otherwise, I never see real shuffleboard played anywhere.
Yeah.
Just the bar version. The bar version's fun though.
That's where it's at. So apparently in the Japanese Direct, they announced that Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D is getting a free Switch 2 update.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that'll be relevant over
massive.
here.
That's what I've been literally waiting to pre-order based on these things.
Yeah, Japan's big on Dragon Quest, so no surprise that announcement was over there. Although you could say put it over here, but I'm sure we probably had announcements over here that weren't over there. Like maybe Elliot was not over there. I have no idea. I'll have to. We'll have all this stuff recapped, and we'll probably even have the trailers ready to go to show you guys while we're talking about it. Like we'll have the Switch 2 update trailer ready for the podcast tonight. So really, podcast tonight's going to be great because there's stuff we're not really even discussing that much here. That will be there. Plus, we'll have an additional crew. Sky sort of Alyssa may come back because she said she might want to come back if Age of Calamity was there.
Did, yeah.
Or Age of Imprisonment, and it was there. It was there. So we'll see. I'll ask her if she has any interest because I know she's going to want to spend some time on that. Let me see here. We have some other super chats here. Whoops, this one here. Ashoka Tana says, I'm giving the Direct a B grade. It had a good variety of games. Not into sports at all, but seeing EA bring Madden just tells me the Switch 2 will have more support from third parties. EA especially had a grudge. Yeah, I mean, we knew technically Madden was already announced, so it's not a new announcement, but it was the first time we saw the Switch 2 version, and they were very much advertising feature parity. Like, this is our new version. We're not giving you an old version of the game. But there's that other shoe of if it doesn't have crossplay, it's not a feature parity game. So, or we find out it's 30 FPS. That is not a feature parity game. So, like, what's the but? Because it's EA, and there's always a but with their Switch games and their Switch 2 games. It's like, oh, it's cool, we got this but.
Yeah, always.
You know, so like, that's the thing, that but might make me not pick it up on Switch 2. If there's no crossplay, I pick up Madden every year because I'm in a league with a bunch of guys, and it's like my way to get my sports fix in with NFL stuff between NFL games. And if I can't do crossplay, they all play on Xbox and PlayStation. So I gotta get one of those versions. So it sucks. But yeah, B grade. I think a B is fair. I probably wouldn't give it an A personally. An A, because an A for me has to have more games that I'm like, shit, yeah, dude, I really, 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 really want that. This Direct just had a bunch of games that I'm interested, and then a few that I know I'm going to buy. So a B, I think, is pretty solid. It means it exceeded my expectations. My expectations are always usually a C. It's kind of how I rate it. If it just meets my expectations, it's a C, unless my expectations are like the best Direct ever. But, and I thought this could be the best third-party Direct ever. And if you look at my history of ranking third-party Directs, B is actually pretty high for me. I usually do C's. But there was an ending with Elliot, the fake out to Octopad Traveler, and they both look great.
Yeah.
That was perfect to put Elliot first.
It was.
And then, there's just a number of games in here I'm probably going to pick up. So I liked it. I'm going to give it a B. I'm good with that.
Yep. Yeah, I'm going to go back through the list. And I'm sure there's going to be some press releases to follow and some Twitter posts from the official accounts on some of these games and see if there's any more information we can gather and kind of go from there. And I'm also going to take a look at what was announced for Japanese Direct, which again, like that Dragon Quest news is significant to me. But again, that's another HD 2D game, right? So if you're not loving that, then ain't going to hit for you.
Yeah, Miami myself, but you said it's the best one. It's the best third-party direct you've ever seen. Yeah, and B is like the highest rating I've ever given a third-party direct. So I'm pretty good with that, at least from what I can recall. Someone might get me on that. Maybe I've said something else different in the past. Trying to remember the billions of directs and live streams I've done. Sometimes I'll forget some certain things I said, but I have this ranked pretty high. So I'm very happy with this direct. And now we're hearing some of that additional stuff that was in the Japanese direct. Some of that stuff likely coming. I mean, the two things that Stash brought up, those are things that are coming to the West as well. You know, so we already know Dragon Quest 3 is they're not going to have a Switch 2 edition only in Japan, right? Like that's going to be everywhere. So Cherry Pop came in here, said, I thought it was good overall. I'm not sure if the directs are supposed to blow my pants off or something, but it definitely had a bunch of games I look forward to playing with my friends. Yeah, I think that's the thing is people expect directs to knock your socks off. Like I saw people say, well, it was disappointing because it was the first direct after Switch 2. It's like, but it was a partner showcase. What was your expectations for a partner showcase? I was really excited yesterday, and I'm ending the direct still really excited about the things they showed. So I'm like, it kind of met my expectations, almost exceeded it a little bit, because while I was hyped, what I was hyped about was things we already knew that we needed release dates for, right? I'd rather get new announcements. I like new announcements more than my expected release dates for things I already know. All that happened today is the library of games for Switch 2 in 2025 and 2026 just grew with new announcements I didn't expect.
That's how I look at it as well, is that I know all these games are coming. The games on my bingo card, I'm confident they're coming. It's just a matter of when, right? You know,
you might see my bingo card a lot of repeated games for the September direct.
Yep.
Because again, we need if we don't have release dates by that, that's the last chance for a huge event to give us release dates for this year. And then we got Koa Noctis says overall a very good variety of games. As someone who only recently got into the HD 2D style games, a few of these games have me really excited. Yeah, I'm not tired of the HD 2D style. I know after it got really big with Octopath, a lot of companies started doing HD 2D. So I know that for some there's a little burnout, and that's cool. The company I don't have burnout for is the company that got me into it, and that's Square Enix. I have no burnout for their HD 2D games because they're the ones that literally got me to love it. How can I be mad that they're giving me more of the things I love? Like, they're the company that made me want more HD 2D. If other companies overdid it, who cares? You know, Triangle Strategy was great. Octopath Traveler 1 and 2, amazing. And now we got more coming in. And the exciting thing for me is Elliot reminds me so much of like games like Secret of Mana, which you guys know is like my third favorite game of all time.
Yep.
So I'm just like, oh,
love the Mana series. So,
it's gonna be great. So I'm really excited about that action RPG style with the old school mixed with HD 2D. New total, please. Well, we did cross the second streak, guys. I'll just hit the button. But we're going streaking. Yeah, we crossed the 150 mark. We're at 162.33. On my end, anyways. So let's see. I think that's probably good. We probably save it. Any more thoughts we got for tonight? We got a lot to go over still. So
yeah, I'm gonna comb through that list and figure out which games I'm gonna be planning on picking up and have that ready for the podcast tonight, and then see what news follows, because now that we've had this partner direct, part of me does wonder if maybe there's going to be more third parties announcing games now.
Sure. Yeah.
That weren't at the direct, that want to be part of the excitement.
Yeah. We'll see. Mm-hmm. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it. We'll be back tonight with another episode of the Nintendo Byte podcast. We'll probably have that set up early afternoon. It's currently for me like 9:30 a.m. So I'm not gonna get it set up right now. I'm gonna go have some breakfast, spend some time with the family and all that. But we'll get it set up in the afternoon here and get you guys all hyped and ready to go for that. And who knows about any other additional content either of us have going on. We'll see if anything else drops today. I probably should make a news video about some of these additional announcements.
We're supposed to get, according to my friend Blake, which he's been tracking all this, we're supposed to get gameplay today for NBA 2K.
Oh, there we go.
At 10:30.
At 10:30 in the morning?
My time. So
it'll be 12:30 my time. Yeah.
Thanks.
So yeah, I'll probably get a news video, guys, after that happens. So then I can give you all the news updates for NBA along with any additional stuff from this, the Japanese Direct. Cool. All right, guys. We'll catch you tonight for sure.
See you tonight.